Old Nintendo Gamer.
And son.
Myself, I've had a weird week. I talked about Paper Mario last week. I didn't think I'd have anything to talk about, and then I carried on a bit more Paper Mario, so I'm not going to talk more about that, but I did do the fourth streamer, finished that off, so now I'm pushing on to the fifth and final streamer. Then I've been playing two games basically. Pure Pool, which I downloaded and I was excited for, but I haven't played enough. I've played an hour maximum of that. I've just been basically briefly looking into some of the mods and looking what they've got there. So my thoughts on it, there are a little few niggles and all that, which I'll maybe talk about next week. But I've had a couple of online matches with Dazzy B as well from a Discord server and the forums. And the online holds up really well, which is really fortunate, which is really good. And I managed. They finally came through. High Tea Frog, who are the publishers, I believe, of Court Sink's Cake Bash. I played the demo. I actually got a code to put a couple of videos up on Old Nintendo Gamer and Son. I put one up earlier today, and I'm pleased to say so far it feels far more. I was worried when I played it, first of all, that it was just game after game after game and you get bored of it rather rapidly. There's a kind of single player mode which will take you through a number of different main modes and mini games, and this additional mini game to gain extra sweets. And it lasts about 20 minutes, 24 minutes, 25 minutes, that kind of thing, to play through an entire kind of session. So it feels more like Mario Party in that, and I'm quite pleased with what they've done with the final product. But I'll talk more about that in another day as well, because I've only dropped half an hour into that. Just one playthrough, so I haven't seen anything that the game has got to offer. But I thought back, right, that's all I got to talk about, and I got nothing. But I thought back, there was a game I got in the end of 2019 as another Twitter competition winner, and I played it, didn't quite like it, for various reasons, and I haven't talked about it, so I'm going to quickly talk about it now. It's called Invisigun Reloaded, as a kind of warning to everybody. Watch out. Don't go picking this up unless it's really cheap in a sale. It's an isometric 16-bit styled top-down shooter with more puzzle elements. So it sounded like, that's quite nice. It sounds right up my street. I love those top-down shooters. It's not a twin-stick shooter in that kind of sense, because the puzzle mechanics feel, I suppose, as because I haven't played it, so it feels in my mind like Cadence of Hyrule. Like the old Crypt of the Necrodancer game. So you move around with the L stick, which feels really cumbersome because of this awkward grid-based movement. So you just push once quickly and you'll move up once, one block. But there's this slight lag to the movement, which means that you kind of, I'll push twice quickly. And then you wait for, it's a fraction of a second. But because of that lag and maybe my impatience, then my characters move 2 squares up the board and instead of 1, which can mean life or death in a kind of shooter puzzle game of this sort. So basically you shoot with B in the direction you're facing. But if you're facing in one direction and you want to turn around, that costs you a move. So you pull down and you turn around. You don't actually move downwards at the same time, which also makes it feel really, really cumbersome. You jump with the A button if your character allows it, and your gun can bend light around you as well. There's this kind of puzzle mechanic which allows you to go invisible with certain characters. I'll go into the characters now. And you're invisible, where the title of the game is Invisigun Reloaded, which makes the game so infuriating. So for the majority of the game, you start off, it goes, you're starting here. And if you're not quick enough watching the opening screen where you're starting, because there's a lot going on the screen, you might not pick out where you're actually starting from because it's not really highlighted. Then you go invisible, you don't know where you're starting from. And then you've got to coordinate your movements and how many blocks left, how many blocks right. Then I got to shoot. Then I got to go back, and you got to coordinate that while you're invisible. It is really, really a struggle of a game. What makes you visible then is shooting. You shoot, you can see there I am, which will tell the enemies where you are. You can bump into walls or obstacles by accident, and that will also reveal your location. One thing I did like in the game, the music is very 1980s, but sci-fi rock. That was quite fitting for the kind of game it was. But the story mode is where the puzzle-based thing is 9 unique characters, and every character has 9 unique levels to play through, and every single character has a different ability. One character may be able to jump, another one may be call in an air assault, another one might be that they can create a portal to jump across the screen to somewhere else, another one might be that they're melee-based. So every single one of these 9 characters and their 9 levels is completely unique and throws you different puzzles. So if you see it as a kind of an invisible puzzle game, you might get something out of it. I just found it really, really frustrating. And then there's the other side of it, is that the big kind of selling for this game is the online matches. So they say, yes, you practice in the story mode and get a character that you like, what kind of unique ability you liked, and then bring it online and battle people in 4-player battles online. Unfortunately, online is completely dead. And even though it's got modes like Survival Zones, Hunter, Beast Tamer, they call it, it's got like about 10 different modes you can play through, and it looks so extensive to what these kind of online modes have. You'll just never find a game. So that is basically Invisigun Reloaded.
One to avoid.
Watch out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.